HooHooHooRobin.
Did anybody notice Hillary Clinton is dressed like a sofa? in that outfit. That outfit, that gray thing with like the black things on it, it's horrendous.
That's funny.
Awful. She's always worn like stuffy old lady clothes.
That's exactly what she dresses like, a stuffy old lady.
You guys really hate Hillary, huh?
I absolutely, because I think she's a total phony. I don't hate her because she's a liberal. I hate her because I think she's the wife of a brilliant, brilliant guy. She's also very, very bright. But I just think she's an absolute fucking phony. You know what? At least with that guy, who's the other psychopath? Duncan?
Yes, Duncan Hunter.
Right. At least he takes definite stands, as awful as they are. He's at least taking very definite stands.
You do have
so
to respect
did Hitler.
That. I always do.
No, you got to respect a person that's not scared to say what they believe in.
Absolutely.
Like, when we talk about how much we're into the death penalty, we're turning some people off. But, at least we're telling people what we're all about instead of being wishy-washy. There's radio guys that are wishy-washy because they're trying to get everybody out there to like them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just dumb.
Well, politicians do that, too.
Right. Well, that's
all
what
the time.
Right.
And,
hey, who do you dislike more, Anthony?
Okay, let me
Hillary or Obama? Because
dislike?
Who bothers you more?
I have to say Hillary.
Really?
Yeah, she bothers me more. I dislike her more because she. I'm not sure if Obama's phony yet. He seems sincere. Whatever his ideas are, I don't really know. But Hillary's just a phony. She just comes across as a phony who's doing this just for her own little power base and her own satisfaction, her own goals in life. She's always wanted to do this, and I don't think she cares about the people, her constituency. And if she ever did become president, it wouldn't be because she cares so much about America. That's all a line of shit. It's all about how far she can go in the career. And when you're a politician, the pinnacle is to be president of the United States. That's what she wants to do.
You think she did a good job as being senator?
No, I think she's just been
I wouldn't know.
taking on the easy battles. It's easy to go to Washington and say, hey, our state asked for more money after 9/11. You're not really going to get a fight from your people you're representing. Say, no, we don't want more money. Mm-hmm. She's always going to Washington looking for more money. That's great. Never taken on the real tough issues, though.
You know what I learned from the New York City documentary that I've been bringing up a lot lately?
Oh.
And make fun of, obviously, because it was so goddamn long. But politicians back in the day, they did go for the tough things. They did go for, we need to build the Erie Canal. And people are like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And we're building the Hoover Dam,
right,
which will take years and millions of dollars and concrete, and we're going to carve out a valley. And
right. But
wow, that was some big shit.
But that's what I'm getting at. You don't hear about those massive what the fuck type of projects anymore because it's just too much.
Too many people in the mix.
Too much red tape. Too much
environmentalists fighting with.
Too many people are going to piss off. Like there was a day that they had to carve out new highways and just completely take away neighborhoods. Like not just a few houses, like neighborhoods that generations of people lived in. But they didn't care. They knew in the long run this is what we needed to do. And you just don't see that anymore with politicians going for the big thing, the big project. Like, look, dude, we need. Like, for us here in New York, it's so obvious that the Long Island Expressway is a complete disaster. But no one's going to take on that project and go, all right, this is what we got to do. And it's gonna be a pain in the ass for the next 8 years or what have you. But we have to do this.
Yeah.
No one is willing to do that in politics anymore. So like you said, they just go for the easy stuff.
Yeah,
easy stuff that it's write a bill to change this a little bit, change that a little bit.
Just bitch about stuff. Usually nothing gets done. They just bitch about things. We always bring up the video game issue, but that pops up so much with politicians that they need this and that. It's like
they would love to take your Call of Duty 4 away from you. I'm telling you right now. Wait for the next school shooting, and now because Call of Duty 4 is a hot game, that's the one they're going to pop on the TV.
I hear they were banning some people from Call of Duty 4 for a while, or at least suspending them for a while, because their clan name, that is before your name, was insulting. Some of them were insulting. If they're derogatory, then they might suspend you. Yet the entire game is running around and blowing people up, shooting them, stabbing them.
Yeah.
But which I think is fine. Believe me, I love the game. But just that hypocrisy that someone's going to get their feelings hurt by a few letters in front of your name is ridiculous.
We're language obsessed fucking frauds.
Yep.
Americans. Mm-hmm. Language obsessed frauds.
Yeah. It all has to do with what words are offensive, and actions and actual things of substance don't really matter as much as just people saying stuff.
Justin in Philly. Justin.
What's up, gentlemen?
Hey.
How you doing? I just wanted to point out the Big Dig is a fairly ambitious recent project, and your boy Nino was involved in it.
Well, first of all, it's not that recent. That thing started how many years ago? I need someone from Boston.
You're right.
I mean,
Dukakis. I think it was Dukakis was.
Dukakis left. When did Dukakis leave office?
87, I think.
Yeah, but you're right. The Big Dig is that's what they used to do back in the day. These just massive projects they would take on to really improve the quality of life for a city or a town or neighborhood or what have you.
And that Big Dig went great. Oops. He's listening to himself.
It's too bad because I want to talk to Justin a little more, but that's all you get today. Yeah, the Big Dig is one of those big projects.
Big Dig was big.
Sure.
Big.
Brian in Rochester, the home of Brother Weeze, who's off the air, by the way. Little Brother Weeze update. I think he's in. I think there's a little negotiation. Oh God, who gives a shit about Brother Weeze, right? You asshole. Keep fucking talking. He will continue to fucking talk because he doesn't understand what the hell's going on today.
Hold on, let's start over.
Holy shit, Brian.
Go ahead, Brian. What were you saying?
Yeah, Robert Moses took on politics in New York and basically.
I don't really care what you're saying. You see how this hurts?
New York City?
Yeah. Think about all the bridges and the highways. Robert Moses basically transformed New York City from being just a subway taken kind of crowd to people going out to the suburbs and coming back into New York City. All those
people.
And bridges, he
you heard about that, didn't you? Shut up.
Why does the guy talk over everybody?
Just hang up on him.
I would like to just talk about Robert Moses.
Brian.
Yeah.
Why won't you listen to us?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm driving, and I got like a state trooper behind me, and I'm hoping
I hope he gets pulled over and shot.
I know. Hope he goes to reach for his license, and he forgets that it's his gun, and he just takes a fucking bullet in the cheek.
Yeah, Robert Moses was an interesting character.
Did you hear that I don't know if it's rumor, urban legend.
They didn't touch on
about the bridges.
During the documentary, they didn't touch on it, man.
They put Robert Moses put the parkways on Long Island.
He did. He built most of the bridges in the New York area.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He was obsessed with making this a commuter city.
Yeah.
Obsessed with it. And the guy barely drove a car in his entire life. He drove a few times, but he didn't really drive. But he was all about making the highways and the bridges and making people commute into the city just to work. And he didn't believe in New York City as a neighborhood anymore. He just believed in it as a place to make money,
and then you go out
and get the fuck out.
The Robert Moses bridges, the bridges over the parkways. It's said that he designed them with very low clearance, so that the city buses couldn't drive out to the beaches with undesirables.
I think that's urban legend, by the way.
Full of undesirables.
Those same overpasses are the same ones he built originally, and you look at them, buses can't fit under them.
Could they?
Yeah.
No way.
I don't know about that on the Southern State.
Oh my God! Some of those bridges, you feel weird being in the right lane because the bridge is arched so much that there's like maybe 7 feet of clearance on that.
They didn't touch on that, so I don't know if it's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he was obsessed with building like the highways. And what was interesting, because they said there was no stopping him because it's a little too complicated, but he didn't really have to worry about voters. No. You know, he got all this power in New York City and was pretty much able to do whatever the fuck he wanted because he didn't have to be reelected.
So that's a good thing.
So, like, when he was putting in a lot of these highways, that's what I was referring to. He was the one that put these highways through complete neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Destroying not only the neighborhoods, because now they're roadways, but destroying the rest of the neighborhood that was able to continue, because now it cut off the neighborhood. Now you can't go to the other side because the highway's in the way. Yep. And economically, it destroyed the Bronx in particular. Destroyed the Bronx.
Yeah, just cut it off.
And people, like, after a while, hated this guy, but he was never up for any type of election, so he didn't give a shit. They finally...
He's like the Fuhrer.
What was interesting was they finally were able to stop him, because the guy, if you know anything about New York City, he wanted a highway. Let's say the 59th Street Bridge, okay? Or maybe even the Long Island Expressway, one of those two. He wanted the highway to continue all the way into Manhattan and cut pretty much right down Broadway all the way down to the financial district. Like a massive 4 to 8 line.
Like a highway.
Yeah.
Instead of just roads.
Right. Which would have destroyed more of the neighborhood feel of Manhattan. And a lot of people had a big time problem with that.
Rid of all these neighborhoods. There. What a douche this guy was.
And then, you know what? The communities finally got together, and some community leaders, and they were able to finally stop Robert Moses and say, look, enough is enough. You did some great stuff, but you got to stop with this obsession with highways everywhere.
Wants to just build roads everywhere. Yeah. What a nut.
It seemed like he had like the car makers, the car companies in his back pocket.
That's probably
because
a good deal.
Cars were just starting to become, a way of life, and people were starting to, understand what a car could do for you. You got to remember, all this is before they built Levittown out in Long Island and built all these,
and there weren't these big interstates going cross country or anything. Little roads that the towns all maintained.
What happened
sometimes they weren't even connected. There would be dirt between.
And the roads that they did have, it was for the privileged. They would take a little Sunday drive and drive, but then all of a sudden, the cars became cheaper and stuff, and this guy's like, I'm going to take advantage of this and make as many highways as possible so more people buy cars, and then they're building all these great neighborhoods out on Long Island because now people could get to these freaking neighborhoods in their cars. And it was a little suspicious. Like, man, he seems like he made some kind of massive deal with the automakers.
Yeah, build the roads.
I wonder how much money
people buy the cars
he was making from those guys, because he was their best friend, man. Robert Moses.
Was he a Jew?
He was a weird dude.
I don't know why I blurt those things out.
That's all right. You can't help yourself. But he was a strange fellow.
Trying to be shocking.
They're calling him the Adolf Hitler of commuting. What happened to Weeze? Yeah, see, people do care. Mike in Albany. Mike.
Yellow.
Mike!
Albany.
Yellow.
Well, he asked what happened to Weeze. I think he's negotiating or something.
So really?
He's been off the air since December 21st. And he's got Super Agent Bob Eat, man. Trying to do the right thing for him, so. He wanted to come down here for a couple of days and just do some XM with us.
That'd be fun.
He was supposed to come in today or tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't heard from him, so we'll see. Let's go to Rich in Ohio. Rich?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey,
a lot of these older cities like New York and Chicago, they actually built those bridges and stuff like that for the convenience of railroads getting out of the cities. And since then, a lot of these bridges, they can't make them higher and stuff like that. I drive a truck, and what they do is they actually tunnel out the roads under the bridges, make them lower and lower, so stuff like buses and stuff like that, trucks can get in and out of these cities now that they didn't used to be able to.
Right.
And I heard a lot of construction people that I've worked with say the same type of thing. A lot of these cities, not just New York, were designed inherently, whether it be to keep desirables out, but to keep truck traffic out, or just they would literally build these cities in a fashion where they controlled who came and went.
Right. Yeah. The other thing I learned from this documentary, the entire subway system of New York City was built, imagine this, in 4 years. They built all those tunnels in 4 years and put the subway system together.
Like, when was this?
I don't.
1998?
98.
I think it was like late 1800s to very early 1900s, if I'm not mistaken. Because they pretty much
just dug up the roads. They dug big trenches.
But see,
and then put the stuff in and then cover the top over again.
Yeah, the road is basically the roof of most of the subways. But
it wasn't like now with traffic the way it is.
Yeah, but you don't really ride the subways. When you're in a subway, you'll see other subways like going next to you and then dip in way down. I mean, the tunnel system is pretty freaking involved. It's not just one tunnel that's only a few feet underground. These things go all over the place. And they did it in 4 years. Can you imagine any massive project being done in 4 years?
No.
And then the other thing New York came up with, my New York knowledge, obviously, but the fare for the subway. You know, before that, any type of train system, whatever, you had to pay according to how far you were going.
Yeah.
And New York was pretty much the first system where they had one fare, which was a nickel for like 50 years or something like that.
A nickel?
You could go anywhere in the system for a nickel, right? And I'm thinking, wow, this is kind of cool and all, but if you really pay attention to this documentary, it was all about, the rich people in New York wanting to keep like the poor people away from them. That's
for a nickel?
Well, this is what they did.
How poor were they?
No. Think about this though. Like let's say you lived far away. You'd be able to afford a subway ride into New York City. So you would think the rich people would live far away and the poor people would live very close to Manhattan because everybody wanted to work in Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? New York City, because it was about this rich mentality, they're like, you know what? If we make the fare 5 cents, all the poor people could live way far away where we don't have to deal with them. They could come in and do all the horrible jobs for us. And the rich people will be able to continue living in New York City among the rich. That's why they did that.
I like it.
So that's why you got all the really, kind of the poorer neighborhoods on the outskirts, because they can afford the cheap, subway fare to come into New York.
Do you think I'd be well received at a public meeting or the MTA? I said, I want to make the fares a nickel. And they said, why? I said, to keep out the you-know-what. I just sat down.
Hear. They'd be applauding back then.
Let's say hi to Brent in Louisiana. Brent.
Hey. Huey P. Long, he was one of those master politicians. He was able to build bridges north of Baton Rouge to keep certain ships from going under them. So he keep all that big river and traffic down in New Orleans and Baton Rouge. And then, two guys built a toll bridge to the North Shore, and then he went and built a free bridge and bought it out from under him for pennies on the dollar.
Wow. There you go. Good old Huey Long.
Who knew the bridge business was so competitive?
Yeah, no cutthroat.
Let's go to Tom in
I'll build a bridge lower than you. I'll tunnel it. All right.
I'm going to make mine free. You'll kill me.
I'll dry up the water. They can walk. Fucking assholes bridge people are. I hate you if you work for a bridge. Fucking thieves. All I want to do is get from one side of the fucking pond to the other. Yeah. And you just have to deep dick us.
Help me out here.
I know. Sorry, we're not aquatic creatures. Fish don't do that. They don't put water across the land and then charge other fish. Motherfuckers.
You could blame Robert Moses for the tolls, by the way. He came up with that idea to pay for the stuff, and at the time they said, hey, when these things are paid off, no more tolls. But
that's the old gag.
Somehow there was a loophole, and once again, because he wasn't a politician, he was able to put this system in place, and it's now way too late to go backwards and try to figure that one out.
They bankrupt themselves, I think, and when they need the money.
That's why they use it as pretty much a way to raise taxes. It's a tax. Jersey's going through it right now. Jersey. There's Corzine in there. He figures he's going to increase the tolls on every toll in Jersey, 50% a year for 10 years.
Their Jersey is expensive.
Jersey's going to get insane, and they said this is not something we want to do. It's a necessity, and it's better than raising taxes because a lot of people that use these highways are from out of state. So it's them paying. And it is bullshit.
That's complete bullshit. Have you been on the New
People in Jersey?
It's everybody commuting.
Yeah.
It's insane on a regular basis, and all I see is New Jersey, the freaking place. Is he talking about New Yorkers being out of state? Mm-hmm. That's a technicality.
Exactly.
And Pennsylvania, that's a technicality. It's all one big area.
Yep. You want to put a toll at the at the actual cement divider and just charge anybody that rams into it. Fucking asshole with no seatbelt.
No seatbelt douche.
Fuck you. And your tolls. Why don't you pay him? You don't practice what you preach?
No.
Why don't you pay him for the next 10 years?
It gets really expensive.
Yeah, let's say hi. We're gonna move on to other things, but this got the phones ringing. So, Tom in D.C., what's up?
Hey guys.
Hey.
Just see if I can bring this around. I think we're done as a country because of the local residents. We got a drawbridge here in D.C., the Woodrow Wilson Bridge that was built in the 60s. It was falling apart. And I was like, okay, great, let's build a Throg's Neck, Whitestone or something to make it a grand entrance into D.C. They tore it down, built another drawbridge.
They wouldn't put a big bridge there?
Wouldn't put a big bridge here because of the local residents.
Not the local residents. I mean, they always spice up a news story. They never can believe anything happened.
My favorite with the local residents is when a neighborhood pops up near an airport. They buy a house and then bitch and bitch and bitch about the airport being there. It was there already. The planes are loud. Yes, planes are loud.
Yeah. Guess what? You weren't, rich enough to.
What are you going to do?
To get a better house. That's your problem.
As far as Long Island goes, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
As far as Long Island goes, though, you really can't move anywhere without planes flying over at some point when they have to. I've noticed my house when it's foggy out and there's
every plane, right?
When there's low clouds, they have to direct them for some reason closer to my house. And you hear them, at night, sometimes going to sleep, going, oh, holy shit, that one was close.
Jimmy, he's hearing planes now.
I do, yes. ME-262s.
Yeah, they're just checking up on you.
Messerschmitts.
They're just checking up on you, making sure this is all bullshit what you spew on the radio. Don't you worry, Anthony. You'll be all right.
Helicopters, black helicopters.
Are Derringer's pistols that people still use?
Yeah, they still have them. I don't know who's using them, but the women put them in their garter. I think they were using the Old West a lot. They're not long-range guns. They're, for putting up against someone's head and pulling the trigger.
All right, let's move on to Jim in Mississippi. Jim?
Hey, this is Jimmy in Mississippi.
What's up, Jim?
Hey, Jim, I got a funny joke for you.
Ooh.
What has 4 eyes and can't see?
I have no idea.
Mississippi! M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I. P-P-I.
Can you spell it again, Jimmy?
M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I. It's Mississippi, has 4 eyes and still can't see.
I think the Jamba Juice people have a surplus of orange juice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's an orangey flavor to my
I don't want fruit
strawberry
juice
banana.
Mine's thick and laden with fruit and goodness.
What'd you say?
Thick and laden with fruit and goodness.
What'd you say?
Thick and laden with fruit and goodness.
All right, very good, Jim.
I got a joke for you.
Yes.
What's got 4 eyes and can't see, Jim?
I already know.
What's that?
Mississippi.
No, a man with glasses who's been blinded by a drunk driver.
Wow, who saw that coming? Hey, Jim, what do you got?
I just made an observation over the last few days about you guys playing those speeches from Barack Obama.
Yes.
He sounds like The Rock, the wrestler.
I'm trying to figure out who he was.
The
You're
wrestler.
And,
yeah, the wrestler.
And Obama says.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the speech that he made at the Iowa caucus after he won or whatever, and he sounds just like The Rock.
Can we get
some clips?
Yeah, let's try to get some Rock clips and that Obama clip that Jim's talking about. Let's see.
Is he Muslim? He is.
He might as well be
practicing
down here,
Muslim.
voting for him down here.
I was nodding at something else.
Oh, okay.
Is he?
Is Barack Obama a practicing Muslim?
Yes. Travis says yes.
Travis says yes.
He would be the second Muslim president.
Well, who was the first?
Taft.
Taft was a Muslim?
Yeah. Radical, too.
Yeah, radical Muslim.
Yes.
Yeah, look it up.
You want to throw dirt at all infidels. They have bombs.
Yeah. Dirt bombs, Jim.
Wait, is he really a practicing Muslim?
I got to tell you something. That bugs me.
Yeah, me too.
That really bugs me. I'm not a fan of that religion.
No.
I'm not a fan of any religion being part of politics, that's for sure. I mean, I don't think Bush's Christian obsession has made the country any better, that's for sure. But that Muslim religion, holy mother of God. You read about that story in, where was it, Canada? A man killed his daughter.
Oh,
Muslim, because she wouldn't wear her traditional fucking cover up the bitch because we can't fucking look at her without popping boners.
Yeah.
Muslim little coveralls.
Yeah.
That they put on. She said, no, I'm young. She was a cute girl. And, killed her.
She was disgracing him.
Yes.
Well, they handle things like that well. I mean, they're very reasonable people.
Oh, yeah.
Don't say they're unreasonable. You'd be called Islamophobic. It's a good religion. It's a non-violent religion.
Is it?
And the fact that there's violence wherever it is a coincidence.
It's a coinky-dink. So to have him as a Muslim and the president, I don't know. That bothers me, too.
Just a little bit?
A little bit.
Be probably funny. A lot of bit.
Yeah.
A lot of bit.
All right, we're going to move
Unbelievable tons of amounts of bit.
We got Angry Video Game Nerd reviewer standing by. We love this guy. He seems to be a fan of our show because he has a WoW sticker in some of his videos.
I saw that. That was pretty cool.
He, what does he do? He takes the old video games that a lot of us played growing up.
Yep.
And he now plays them in the year 2008.
Yeah.
First time I got that right, by the way. And he shows you how ridiculous the game is.
Reviews him.
But
very nostalgic, kind of. The guy's funny. He just lets loose with his bad language.
Yeah, it's his bit, man. He found his little niche on YouTube, and in this one, before we talk to him live, he reviews Dragon's Lair from the original Nintendo. Did you play Dragon's Lair?
Game sucked ass.
You remember it?
Sure.
Ooh, OJ.
The OJ.
OJ. Ooh, food. Cool. I don't remember this game. I remember the name.
I remember.
Do you remember what you had to do?
No.
No? All right.
I just remember it.
Dude, I got a piss, too.
I'm the one with the stupid cartoony guy.
Huh?
I really got a piss.
Yeah, I do, too. And take over.
Okay. Where's the button?
Well, we don't... We, just take calls or something.
All righty.
We'll be right back.
Thank you. But, I'll stay right here.
Do like a political show.
A political show? Can't do that while you guys piss. And we just went through a bunch of politics.
We keep them under control.
Something out.
Anthony by himself, this could be scary.
I'll figure something out. Hi. It's just Anthony taking your call. Oh, that guy, who cares? Huge pipeline on Long Island. I don't want to talk about that. The Obama thing. I'll continue with that a little bit. Keep a safe subject. Me talking about Obama. It just gets me a little nervous, him being a Muslim, because I think it'll attract other Muslims to the United States. And I don't think he'd be as apt to get rid of them, even the extremist Muslims, as would somebody who's more of a Christian, even a Jew. I wouldn't mind seeing a Jewish president first before a Muslim, that's for sure. At least you're going to get maybe the economy back in order. Because, the money handling, it's a talent. It's a math, accounting, things like that. Hi, Rob from New Jersey. Can we take a call from Rob from New Jersey?
Hey, what's going on?
Hi.
Look it up on his bio. He's not a practicing Muslim. He's a practicing Christian.
Oh, is he? Where did the Muslim thing come in?
His dad was born in Kenya or something. Is Muslim. His mom's from Kansas.
And so when he was raised, was he a Muslim and then switched to Christianity?
I don't think so, but look it up. I'm not that much sure.
All right, I heard you look it up. Don't worry, we'll look it up. But I want to know if he spent any time as a Muslim.
Well, did he convert to Christianity?
His stepfather is Muslim. What the?
What do we got, Travis?
Travis, were you selling me a bill of false goods?
No. As a child, he went to a Christian school and a Muslim school. And
how could you do that?
Then as a teenager, apparently he converted to Christianity.
Oh, all right.
I don't think he practices either one, though.
As a teenager, he converted. See, that doesn't make... I don't believe any of that. I don't believe that.
I'm telling you what I know.
By the way,
I know he smoked the weed.
Oh, yeah.
Someone is like calling you crazy again, Ant. No surprise.
I'm used to it now.
At this point, you should be, right?
Yeah.
PJ?
Crazy like a fox.
From Philly. PJ from Philly.
Like saying that.
Who's not part of the Philly crew, because I don't know anything about him. Anthony, you're a fucking retard. You think that if Obama gets in, he's going to entertain Osama bin Laden. Go screw.
Did I say that, or did I say perhaps if a Muslim president was in office, that he would be more sympathetic to Muslims, whether they're a little fanatic or not?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
I don't think, we'd be on our guard like we are now.
Okay.
I think it's a good thing. I like profiling, too. Thank you.
Robin, 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 Robin,